Hello, how are you today? And are you ready for my 45-minute aeroplane sequence Pilates workout? Don't ask me why. Aeroplane. We are going to be doing lots of these aeroplanes this morning, this afternoon, or this evening, whenever it is that you're doing the workout. It's been sessions, classes this week. Everyone's been thanking me for such a wonderful class. It's really weird, you know, because I feel like all my classes are equally as good as each other. But this one seems to always stand out, and I never do it often enough. It's crazy. Probably won't do it again for months, but I thought I must share it with my online friends. So let's get started. I've got my ball here. I've actually got a candle on. I'm going to move that down a bit. So got my ball there for the other Pilates exercises we're going to do. But otherwise, let's get started. So are you on good form today? Are you on good form today? Are you feeling strong, or is your back a bit achy? So if it is, please listen out for my weaker back teaching points. As always, there's a variation for everybody here, I hope. Right, wonderful. And if there's not, by the way, do let me know. Keep in touch. I love hearing from you. Everyone's quite ghostly and quiet, and probably do your workout and off you go. But send me a message now and again, letting me know things about the workouts and just to say hi, because I do know most of you. So that'd be lovely. Right, great. Let's get started. So feet hip width. Spread your toes out and lengthen up with your shoulders back and down. Then tilt the pelvis forward and back, loosening up our hip flexors. So being a nice 45-minute session, we're going to really set ourselves up well. And I bet you're thinking, right, oh yeah, I must email or message Vicky after, and then by the time this finishes, we forget. We all do that all the time, don't we? Crazy world. And then find your middle position. So not forward, not back, tuck your buttocks under, so find the middle of the two extremes. Then take a breath, expanding ribs laterally. And as we exhale, brace your core in towards the spine, all the way down, and pinch your pelvic floor. Lovely. Spread the toes again and start with your gentle sway forward and back a little, bracing the core to prevent you falling over. Brilliant. Lovely. Spread. And then side to side, lengthening up. Fabulous. Brace your core, then back the other way. How far can you challenge that sway? I can actually see myself, obviously. And it's quite impressive, isn't it? How far over you can go, bracing the core. And then round in a circle, like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Round we go, bracing the core to prevent ourselves falling over. And it doesn't matter if you trip a little bit, just don't fall over. Now the other way, brace in, pinch your pelvic floor, round we go. Fabulous. And that lovely figure of 8. Go nice and wide on the stance. Bend your knees, swing your hips. Loosen the shoulders, the spine, and the hips. And just notice if any of that feels achy. Back and twist. Lovely. Okay, we are going to do some shoulder rolls. 4. So let's start again. 1, 2, 4 is my number. 3, 4. Now squat. 1. Not too quickly. 2. 3. Brace your core to come up. 4. Now shoulder rolls forward, up to your ears and forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. And squat. 1. Moving the arms up a little. Stronger backs. You decide how deep you get. Sticking your buttocks out behind you. 4. Now back again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And squat. 1, 2. Brace your core to come up. 3, 4. And forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. And squat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wonderful. Now we're going to do VW, V, W. Remembering the W brings the elbows back behind you. So up and back here and then back behind you. So up and back behind you. Bring the elbows back. Now we're going to squat. So squat whilst the arms are up. Now, people with a lordotic back like myself, you might prefer to bring your arms forward a bit because that immediately puts pressure on your lower back. So if you're going down with arms up, that's more pressure on lower back. Arms forward, less. And then we can still bring the elbows back. So I'm going to go somewhere in between. Excellent. Exhale on the way up. Are you dropping your buttocks down to about where your knees are to get the most out of it? Keep knees in line with toes. 6 more. 1. Hello, Leo. 2, 3, 4. That was the dog, by the way. 5, 6. Now don't stop. Pec deck. Wide hands, wide arms while we're down. 1, 2. Nice and tall. On the way up. Elbows lifted. 3, 4. 8 of these. 5, 6, 7, 8. Big stretch. We are going to roll down. Let's see how our backs are feeling today. So take a breath. And as you exhale, roll down. Let it go. Let the shoulders go. And then brace your core, pinch your pelvic floor, and slowly come up. Arms up to the ceiling. Little back bend. Big stretch round. Go again. Let those arms and shoulders go. Let your head go. Let the shoulders go as you roll down and bend your knees if your back doesn't like it. Now, if your back doesn't like it, that's alarm bells. So that's telling us you need to be really gentle today. And when I say weaker back option, that means definitely take it. Okay, so you should never feel pain in your lower back with any exercise at all in the world. Because you'll feel it the next day. You won't like me for a whole week. So just reminding yourself of that. If that is you, you could do half roll downs, look, like this. So you could round your back and then brace your core to come up. Okay, let's go down one more time. And this time, into a dog stretch. So let your head go. Walk your hands forward. We're going to just loosen up the calves, the hamstrings before we start on our aeroplane sequence. Let the head go. Bend your elbows. That's it. Bend your knees. One knee, then the other. Let your facial features droop. Let gravity pull them down towards the mat. Pull funny faces. Now walk your hands back to your feet. Bend your knees if you need to. Let your head become hanging down towards the mat. Your chin towards your chest. Your arms are floppy, and then pull up. Okay, are you ready? Let's get started with sequence number 1. So nice and tall. Tuck your tailbone under. Arms out to the side. Arms back. Keep them back, and we go up and down. Very simple. But not so simple because it's a killer. So smile when you do this. It always looks so easy. I often joke with the class and say, if someone walked past and looked in now and saw us doing this, they'd think, oh, that looks boring and easy. But boy, this is hard, right? So keep the arms back, lift them up and down, above and below shoulder height. So we are creating beautiful posture with this. 3 more. 1, 2, stand tall. 3. Then stand at the end of your mat to roll down. So taking a breath. And as you exhale, roll down again. Let your arms go, shoulders go, everything go. And walk your hands forward into another dog stretch. Let your facial features go again. I'm clearly liking that feeling today. Shake your head around. Let gravity pull it all down towards the mat. Okay, now onto our knees, where you should be in your perfect dog stretch. No, you should be in your perfect all fours position. If not, just move your hands a little, but make sure your hands are under the shoulders and not too close to you. Okay, from here, we are all going to lift the left leg and the right arm. So I'm going to do 4 of these to show you, and then I'm going to count 10. So left leg, right arm. We are going to do Superman. You're going to imagine you've got a boiling hot cup of coffee balancing on your back, and you don't want it tipping off. So none of this, look. So you brace the core, pinch the pelvic floor as you lift, and we'll start the 10 now. 1. So weaker backs don't lift the full range. 2. Others lift high enough to feel it in the buttock and the shoulder blade, but don't let your back arch. Face is parallel with the mat. 5. And your elbow that you're supporting your arm with is soft. 'Tuck down middle if you 10. Now carry, bend under to kiss the. I'm going to do another thing, and then unravel. So you bend under to kiss the knee, and then brace your core to unravel. So wobbling is good here. Have you got it? Let's count 10 from now. So weaker backs, again, don't lift too high. Inhale under, exhale out. 1. 2. Inhale under, brace your core and exhale out. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Have you got control? 8. 2 more. 9. 10. Okay, with your left leg, place it forward and then get ready to stand up in your perfect lunge position, which should be a really big distance between the front toes and the back. We'll shove off the mat if you've got one of the nice thick mats. So if you've got one of the nice thick mats, shuffle off. Stand nice and tall. Have a big distance between the feet. Let me face you actually. And also make sure with the lunge that your foot is not balancing behind the other foot. So I see that in class and people are wobbly. Have your feet hip width apart. Stand tall, and now your coffee is balancing on your head. So I'm going to turn again so that you can see when I lunge. So all you're going to think of here is bending the back down. The front will follow. If you bend the front first, most often with people, the back one doesn't bend, and you lean forward and you put stress on that knee. So stand tall, coffee's on the head, bend the back knee down. If your knees still don't like it, do squats. Some of you can get really low. I'm not going to overdo it, having done hundreds of these this week. That's good for me. I can feel all the muscles. 5, I'm not leaning forward or straining my knees. 6, and I'm standing tall. 7, keep your shoulders back. 8, exhale and pinch the pelvic floor on the way up. 9, 10, right, next 10. Go down and lift the right leg up and give it a little flick. Little slow flick. Then slowly place the leg back and go again. So the more slowly you can maneuver this leg and the more tall you can stay, the more you're working not only your legs, but your core. Serious core work this. Balance, control. I think that's 4. Brace my core as I lift. 5. That coffee's balancing on the head. 6. 7. 8. 9. Now on the 10th, we're going to hold it up, readjust. If you are leaning forward, stand tall, tummy in and do 10 flicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can you straighten your leg? 8, 9. Now we're going to do aeroplane, so you can have a moment's rest while I demonstrate the aeroplane. Another lunge. Make sure you've got room around you. And then brace your core. So wobbly people, hold on to something. And you're going to tip over into what you think is an aeroplane position. Now, when you're there, people often go down like this too far and their leg is too low. So I'll be saying, lift your chest, lift your leg, lift your arms. And then you will brace the core and return. So the pivot is from the waist. So you'll pivot forward from the waist. And when you've done your aeroplane, you'll brace the core and pivot back. So that's the point that we're working there. So are you ready for 3 of these? Again, hold on to something. Weaker backs, don't go too far and don't lift the leg any higher. And you'll still get lots out of it for the balance. Are you ready? Do your lunge. Tummy sucked in, pinch your pelvic floor, and over you go. Okay, we're going to just hold it a few seconds. Lift the chest, lift the arms, lift the leg. 3, 2, 1. Then brace your core to return. Lunge again. Tummy in. Over you go. When you're there, lift the chest, lift the leg, lift the arms. And then brace your core to return. 1 more. Tilting over. Get to where you think, oh, that was going so well. Get to where you think you should be. And then lift the chest, lift the leg, lift the arms. And then brace to return. Fantastic. Whew. Has doing those slow moves got your heart rate up? It has mine. Fabulous. Other sides. So we start with our Alexander, and this is an old school Alexander technique. So tuck your tailbone under. So just to remind you, tuck your tailbone under, stand tall, arms go back. Keep them back, lift them up and down, above and below shoulder height. 9, 10. Back of your mat to roll down. Take a breath. Fill the lungs and chest with air. And as you exhale, head goes first, shoulders follow, floppy arms, chin to chest, bend the knees if you need to, and roll down. Walk your hands forward, another dog stretch as we go down. Push back on your arms. Bend one knee, then the other. And drop onto your knees and make sure you're in that perfect all fours position with hands not too far forward or not too close to the body. Pull yourself into neutral by not arching your back or not hollowing it, should I say. Tummy sucked in, pinch your pelvic floor. This time it's left hand, right leg. Ready? So we're going to do 10 Supermen lifts. Face parallel with the mat. Ready? Lift. 1. Very slowly. 2. 3. Slowly lifting. 4. 5. Brace as we lift. 7. 8. Weaker backs, not lifting too high. 9. You've got a hot cup of coffee on your back. Now we're going to bend under to kiss the knee. Okay, so curl under your arm, your head, your knee, all come together. And then brace your core to return. Inhale under, exhale out. I'll make that 5. Are you going nice and slowly? I keep my arm slightly bent when I come out of these so that I can lift the elbow and work the shoulder girdle. And 10. Take your right foot forward and stand up into what should be your perfect lunge position, shuffling off the mat if you want a really better chance, a much better chance of balancing well. Widen yourself. So it's likely people are here in class. I always say, take another step back. And if you're wobbly, take your foot out to the side more. Reminder, look, don't have your foot behind the other foot. Take it out, and then you've got more balance. So your foot should be hip width apart. Stand tall, tummy sucked in. Pinch your pelvic floor, bend the back knee, and the front will follow. You decide on your range, and keep that hot cup of coffee balancing on top of your head. 4. Going down deeper to work the buttocks more. 5. 6. 7. Tummy in. 8. 9. 10. Okay, next one. We're going to lift the back knee. This is where we're going to demonstrate control. Brace your core and lift. Exhale as you lift the knee. 2. 3. Keep your chin up so you're not tempted to look down. 5. Focus on a point ahead of you. 6. Brace your core and flick. 7. 8. 9, and remember on the 10th we are going to flick. So when you get there, lift again, lift the chin a little bit, flick. 1, 6, 7, 8, 10. Aeroplanes. Go back. Lunge. Make sure you've got room. Hold on to something if you need to. Tummy sucked in. Pinch your pelvic floor, arms out, and over you go. When you're there, lift the chest, lift the leg, lift the arm. And brace your core to return. That's 1. Over you go. Lift the chest, lift the leg, lift the arms. And then brace your core to return. Is one side harder than the other? This leg is tighter and stiffer than the other one. So I'll be working on that with my foam roller after. Lift, face down, tummy in. And let's return. Brilliant. Woo. How's that? Yeah, this leg is definitely more stiff. It's always that one for me. So fantastic. How are we doing? That's the aeroplane part of the workout complete. Hope you enjoyed that. We've still got 15 minutes, so we're going to carry on with Pilates. So well done, everybody. Roll down again. Let it all go. Walk your hands forward. Push back. Let your facial features droop. Bend one knee, then the other. And now turn your toes out to the side. So your heels are about 2 inches apart, or 3. Soften your elbows, push back on your arms, and bend one knee, then the other. So you're aiming your buttocks up to the ceiling. Then back in again. And on your knees, widen the knees and go into the beautiful child's pose. A well-deserved child's pose after that. So when I say wide knees, I don't mean silly wide. Just widen them a bit and wriggle left to right. Wonderful. Wriggle left to right, feeling your sacroiliac joints. They're the 2 bones either side of the spine, down by the hips. Feel those stretching. Fabulous. And onto all fours for a cat stretch. So again, the perfect all fours position is not to have your hands too close to you, but to still have them under your shoulders. Hollow down. And arch up. Hollow down. And arch up. Lovely. So ready for a little bit more. So we're going to do thread the needle and some leg kicks. 2 versions of this. First version for weaker hips or weaker shoulder is going to be on all fours. So you will do thread the needle in this manner. So you'll go under and then you'll come out and up. So showing you from the front, you'll go under, bending your arm as you go under, and then brace the core to come up and round, not letting your hips swing left to right. Stronger participants, and today I will do this stronger version for myself. We're going to put the arm across the mat, so stay in all fours, put the arm across the mat and just twist your knee without moving it down to the side. Arm can go up to the ceiling. You can then, optional, lift the leg. Keep it down or lift it. Then we're going to thread. So get started on your thread the needles, whether it's all fours or like this. Going to do 12. Inhale under, drop the shoulder, but don't let the hip drop. 2. Inhale under, drop the shoulder and brace your core to come up. 3. 4. 5. Keep your leg lifted if you can. Now, those of you on all fours, can you lift your other leg? So you're going to just lift it a tiny bit, the opposite leg to the arm that's moving, and it will give you more of a challenge. If you want it, that is. So up to you. So you're on about 8 now. Twist the torso, but don't let the hip drop. I'm making that about 10. Tummy in, lift. 11. 12. Now, if you can, stay there. We're going to bend the knee in, push it back. So on all fours, you can go down like this onto forearms and bring it in, push back, in, push back. If you can, you're staying on your side. Hand could go down. Let's get on with it. Your buttocks should be burning. Ready? In and push. 1. I'm flexing my foot. 2. Bring the knee into the chest. 4. 5. Look straight ahead, not up at your arm for less strain. 3 more. 12. Other side. Just have a little wriggle. Other side. Good. Love it. Pilates bums all over again. We did that in class last week. This session today is very much Pilates bum-like as well, isn't it? Right. In fact, I should add that into, I'm going to add it to the bum category as well, because, yeah, those lunges and the aeroplanes and everything. Woo. Right. So if you're on all fours, once you've got going, lift the other knee to the arm that's moving. If you're going on your side, start from all fours, arm across the mat. Don't move the knee, just twist it round. Lift the leg if your hip doesn't mind. If not, keep it down. And let's go. Thread the needle. So if your leg is lifted up, lift it more. People on all fours, you can just lift the knee off the mat a teeny bit. You'll notice the difference. Drop the shoulder to get the twist in the torso. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Drop. 10. So I feel it more in my supporting leg buttock. Do you? 11. Lift the leg a bit higher. 12. Right, let's get straight on with these leg kicks. Bring the knee in. Push it back. Flex the foot. 1. 2. Just 12. Bring it in. 3. Push it up. 4. Smile. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. Always smile through the pain. 12. Brilliant. Fantastic. Let's do a pigeon stretch. From all fours. I'm hoping anyone watching this knows what a pigeon is, because I pretty much do it in all of the Pilates sessions. So bring your knee forward, take it out to the side a bit, and lower the other leg down. So your knee is out towards the outside of the body. Lower down and wriggle a bit left to right. Great. Push up. Lovely. Pushing up. Feel the stretch. And then tuck your toe under, brace your core and push back. Other side. So bring your foot forward, take the knee out to the side and lower down. Wriggle left to right. Just wriggling, and that's not a lot, just a little bit of movement, deepening the stretch in certain points. Then push up. Then brace your core again and twist round. Wonderful. Take your ball, put it between your knees, and enjoy your knee rolls. So we're going to do knee rolls with arms floating overhead. So if we've got any beginners here, or weak backs, have your arms out to the side and not necessarily drop your knees all the way down. Just loosen up gently. Brace your core. So moving the arms overhead is an addition, because as soon as the arms go overhead, it's making you want to arch your back. Look. So if I'm a beginner, I would want to do this. I would want to flare the ribs, arch the back. So what you do is when the arms move overhead, brace the core and push the spine down towards the mat so that you're not letting there be any pressure on your lower back. And if you find it a struggle to bring the arms back over again to the middle, then that's just too much for you. So maybe keep the arms up as the legs move for an intermediate version. How's that feeling? Lovely. Loosened up. So inhale down. Brace your core, pinch your pelvic floor up. Brace your core to come up. That's it. Lovely. Now, for those that are moving hands overhead, you can add some lifts. So the ultimate lift is what I'm doing right now. In the middle of your knee roll, you can lift the legs and the chest up. Weaker necks, keep the head down and just lift the legs. And weaker backs, you just lift one leg. So you could crunch and just lift one leg. Now, I know this is quite hard to get your head around this, so just do what you're doing. I will turn around and show you from this view. So we're going overhead and then bracing the core, and I'm lifting. Then immediately start twisting the legs back down to return to the knee roll. I'm squeezing the ball a little bit and lifting. Lifting. How's that going? I'm going to do 10 more. So slow it down. The chances are you're going too quickly. Slow it down. Let's keep in time with me. Ready? 1. And you could just do some crunches. Just do something different if this isn't working for you. 2. Twist your legs on the way down. 3. Twist. 4. Twist the legs down, knees down, feet down to relax, then up again. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Brilliant. Taking your hands by your side, your feet into your shoulder bridge position. We're going to finish off with some lovely shoulder bridge. So wiggle the feet in a tad so you're squeezing the ball. Relax the shoulders, then tilt your lower back into the mat and return. So I love to break down the shoulder bridge. So just do 3 or 4. Let's do 5 of each move. Tilt the lower back into the mat, then return to neutral, which is a flat pelvis and a small gap under your spine, under the back there. Yep, so tilt and return. Tilt, squeeze the muscles, pinch the pelvic floor, squeeze the ball and return and relax. So let's roll halfway up the spine and vertebrae by vertebrae down. Exhale up, gulp of air, exhale down. Relax your shoulders. Then all the way up to the shoulder blades. Now, are they flat? Just soften them, flatten them, and then down again, bone by bone. Can you feel an area that's stiffer than the rest of the spine? If you can, just stay even more slowly. So for me today, it's actually slightly above my mid-back that's the stiffest area. It's not bad at all, but it's the area I could do with hanging around on a bit longer before I roll into neutral. One more of these. And down. Lovely. Remove your ball, hug the knees. We have finished. So we're going to draw a circle. Pull the knees into the chest, one hand on each knee. And the other direction. Pull the leg towards you. So I'm grabbing hold of this leg, wherever you can grab it, and pull it. So if you can, lower the other leg, whatever you want to do. Just feel the stretch in your hamstrings at the back of this leg. Pull. Now bring the toes towards you, even if you can't touch them. Just bend the foot towards you and pull the leg in even more, and possibly dig your fingertips in the muscle, in your hamstrings. Break down any stiff ones. So again, right there in the belly of my muscles, they're tight. So let's dig them in. Self-massage, see? I love doing that. Because when I then go to do it later, I realise it's loosened them up. Other side. Pull that leg in. Lower the other leg if you want. Pull it. Pull the toes down towards you and dig your fingers in. A little tip there. Great. Good work. Stretch. And then up we come. We're ready to finish off with our final dog stretch. Do you want to do a sumo? Bend your knees and spring into a sumo, or step into a sumo if you fancy it. Optional. When you're there, I love it with wide legs, this one. Some people have their feet closer together. It all depends on that shape of your hips. But when you're there, sit tall. Does your spine feel strong? Lovely. Tip your head down if you're here. Roll up. Tummy tucked in as you roll up to finish. I've got a lovely client coming now. I'm going to do that workout with her. Brilliant. Ooh, excellent. There is another version of this on here, way back, I think. If you look in, I don't know, 30-minute Pilates maybe. I've called it aeroplane workout. Probably slightly different, but definitely with those in. So, yeah, let me know how you found that. Have a great day. And I will look forward to catching you soon. Bye.